This is the Big O Show. 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 This is
The Big O Radio Show is looking for partners to join our growing platform. If your business is ready to reach an audience that starts in Florida, crosses the nation while expanding internationally, this is the program that provides that vehicle. The Big O Radio Show is ready to broadcast live anywhere in the world to represent your event or product. To reach out by phone, 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. Or email bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. Help us grow as we provide the content and personal connection corporate entities will never achieve.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Welcome to Red Light Therapy, a revolutionary technology perfected by NASA to aid in muscle strengthening and recovery. Red and infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Evolve your training and step into the new era of muscle recovery. Red Recover.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business, car key replacements, and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
Welcome to Red Light Therapy, a revolutionary technology perfected by NASA to aid in muscle strengthening and recovery. Red and infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Train, fight, recover.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Sports Grill on Bird Road, Miami Lakes, and their newest location in Doral is now hiring. If you're looking to join a great company and South Florida institution, give them a ring or drop an email. Sports Grill is hiring all kinds of positions, from hostess to servers, bartenders, or join the kitchen staff to craft some great food for their amazing customers. Please send your resume to m.cruz@sportsgrillmiami.com or call 305-219-5726. That's 305-219-5726. Sports Grill. Good food, good drink, good friends.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever the hell you're at. Welcome aboard to the show. Yes, it's the second show. It's the abbreviated version of the show. Hell, we did over 4 hours and a half already. And we are on the Big O Show Cuts channel. Today, a little afternoon stuff. Afternoon, all those of you that are jumping in on the program, thank you all. Don't forget to subscribe as always. Appreciate you all. We just got back, Sean, myself, C-Man. We got back from Dolphins camp as they opened the doors. They opened up the locker rooms, the really nice locker rooms. And I agree with Barry Jackson when he told me, I feel like I'm going to an AMC theater. That's kind of like what you felt like when you walk, right? I mean, Sean, you got to admit, right when you walked through the double doors and you looked to that left and there was this big-ass counter, you wanted to ask for like some popcorn, a hot dog, something, and then okay, where is the IMAX theater? Which one is it? Let me go, because that's kind of what the facility looks like. It really is just an absolutely awesome facility, man. It really is as impressive as it gets. I gotta say, that's the one thing that it stood out to me, is that facility, it's got everything, and that is one comfortable locker room. I was talking to some of the old guys that have been around for a while and covering, working with the team, and a couple of the guys that I hadn't seen in a while. And he goes, well, what do you think of the new digs? Huh? Not a bad upgrade. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty damn nice, the Dolphin facility. So it was good. I did an interview with Michael Deiter. I got there a little late. Plus, they opened the locker rooms like 10, 12 minutes earlier. And then what they do is they have a 45-minute clock. So I got there a little late. And then they opened early. So then I only had, by the time I got there, I had like 20 minutes or whatever. And there aren't a ton of guys around. You know what I ran into when I first walked in? Guess what I saw? I saw Tua Tagovailoa playing table tennis with Tyreek Hill. And so I leaned over to one of the media guys, the media relations guys. I think it was Brett that I leaned over to. I'm not exactly sure. It might have been Brett. And I said, hey, can I take a picture of this? And he goes, nah, it goes against the whole rules. And I go, I need it, man. Because all these people, he's got to communicate. Tua's got to hang out with his guys, all this crap. And then you tell him, well, wait a minute, wasn't he going out with them, and didn't he pay for dinner, and then he paid for an Uber, and wasn't he at Tyreek's house for his podcast? Wasn't Tyreek at his house? Didn't they all practice together? Didn't he run practices? Wasn't he working out with not his trainer only, but guys like Lynn Bowden Jr., who also worked out with the same trainer? So he doesn't socialize? And then the first thing I do when I walk into that building today and I walk into that locker room, who do I see? I see Tua and Tyreek playing, what is it, ping pong? Is that what we call it? Table tennis? Whatever the hell. I mean, and laughing, having a good time doing it. I'm just saying, for all the people that are like, always talking crap about the kid, it's crazy. You got to give him a little love there, man. And I cannot wait. This whole season is about just not just winning, not just getting to the playoffs, not just hopefully turning things around as a franchise, but it's also there because I think, Tua will get to kind of wipe himself of all this crap that's been going on, you know? And to me, that's the important part out of all of this is that the misconceptions that's out there. Today we were talking about misinformation being out there, and then people taking that misinformation and making it a fact. And it's happened with Tua a lot. And that's one of those examples that when you walk right into that facility and you walk into the locker room, and the first thing I see is Tyreek and Tua playing ping pong. So, and he was there. He was in the locker room hanging out. We couldn't talk to him or anything, but he was there in the locker room. So for the people that, keep bashing the kid and all that kind of stuff, this is going to be fun. I swear, man, I am going to have a blast with this. I really am. I'm going to have a lot of fun with all of this. Big O, how is Waddle doing? Beasley had an article saying some concerning stuff for more. So along the season rather than early on, pretty much soft tissue injury reappear throughout the season. Well, we don't know. We haven't seen him. He wasn't in the locker room. The portion I was in the locker room, I don't know if Sean saw Waddle at all in the locker room. No, he says no, he didn't see Waddle at all. So don't know how he's doing. We'll find out. And eventually, but Beasley's one of those guys that kind of writes everything is the sky is falling on everything. Pretty much. It's kind of the way that's his style in a way, so that's kind of what he does, so it's kind of always been like that. If you follow the history of it, you'll see there's a lot of overreaction usually from Adam Beasley. Big O, are you the voice of your theme song? No, I am not. It's Steven Carter Holmes is the artist that created. Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm sorry. No, you're the Big O show one. That's the rap one. That is what's their name now? Lord Productions. Lord Productions does that one. Okay. That is actually pieced up from, my original open that we had overall, but it's so it's kind of a shorter version of it is what it is. It's an abbreviated version of it, kind of like this show today, an abbreviated version of it. By the way, they did make a couple of moves, just so you guys will know. They signed the Baylor cornerback Kalen Barnes, who ran a 4.23 at the combine. So returner, corner, that kind of stuff. We'll see what they can do with him. He's a 6-footer, and we'll find out if they can. But speed is a thing. Tanner Connor, remember we've talked about this throughout the show over the last couple months, that speed has been the element that they've been looking for. Now, Barry Jackson wrote that the Dolphins also added to their practice squad Coleman from Mississippi, the tackle, Braylon Sanders, the wide receiver, 7th-round pick Cameron Good, Vernon McKinley III, Zaquandre White, and Porter Gustin also made it on there too. Benito Jones was claimed by the Detroit Lions. And let's see what else. Eric Rowe, Clayton Fengelum, Nick Needham, and Andrew Van Ginkel were not spotted at practice, according to Barry Jackson. We did not get there early enough to catch any of that kind of stuff. So there you go. All right. So we will find out what happens overall with the team, and we'll see if We'll see what kind of a practice squad they're able to get. And I still think they're trying to make a move. They didn't claim anybody. It's pretty amazing. You'd figure they claim somebody, but they are really comfortable with their roster. They are not flinching at all, dude. It's really amazing. And look, the Barnes kid, they want him. They're looking for developmental types now. I think they don't want to go veteran because they don't want somebody sitting on the bench and then complaining. And the young guys aren't going to complain. They're going to want to work hard and fight and try to earn a playing time. You get an AJ Bowie or Janoris Jenkins, and they're they may not be in tune with what they're doing because they're not being used much. And that may not be a good environment for them. That's the only thing I can think of. Plus, they must like what they're doing. I don't know. I have no idea. We will find out, won't we? We will definitely find out. Let's see. Michael Cody says, good afternoon, Big O from Buffalo. Love the show. Thank you. Brooklyn Rob says, wow, doubling up with the show today. Thank you. Yes, sir. Brooklyn Rob. Richard Machado says, I saw a photo of Waddle without a leg sleeve. Progress. Yeah, but it's really more of a lower, it's an ankle area. It's his surgically repaired ankle because that thing was doubly wrapped and wrapped outside of the foot. And when it's wrapped outside of the foot, that means, there's something there, Let's see what else. Ironically, Waddle was in a private room watching March of the Penguins to get hyped for the season. Oh, do you think they signed Craycraft to the practice squad? I think they're going to try. That makes a lot of sense. He knows the system. Well, either San Francisco or Miami signs him to their practice squads. But I would imagine that he's either going on the East Coast or West Coast. One of the two. I think. I mean, that's going to be the guess that I'm going to throw out there. Sean, do we have the Michael Deiter interview? We have that ready to go? We were able to corner Michael Deiter, and I thought that would be a pretty interesting interview. I wish I'd gotten there a little earlier, especially now that I know that they may even open locker rooms earlier than even the time they say. Then I'm going to have to get there a lot earlier to make sure so we can have more material. But I promised you we would go to camp. I just wish I would have gone for 3 or 4 interviews, not one. But that's all right. That's okay. We'll adjust and we'll get it done overall. But anyway, so Michael obviously has been up and down. Started obviously now key guy off the bench, moved to center. Now Connor Williams has taken over. So there's a lot of things to talk to Connor about things that he's experienced, where the team is at, Tua, all of these kind of things. So let's bring up the interview with Michael Deiter, and let's give you a chance to check out the interview we did today at Miami Dolphins camp with backup center Michael Deiter. As always, Michael Deiter. Michael, how you feeling? So there we go. See you later. So far as we're getting ready for the regular season?
Not bad. With camp coming to an end, it's always a good grind to finish up. It's a good time to get close with your team and work hard together. But now you kind of start that switch to the regular season, and you get an opponent to study and get ready for, and it's an exciting time. Get the body right and get ready to play an opponent.
How prepared do you guys feel you are? Because one of the things that I've been impressed with is it seems like this coaching staff is doing a really good job of preparing you guys. When I see a Skylar Thompson go out there and have the kind of success he has as a young guy, I credit a lot of the coaches for doing stuff like that.
Yeah, we've done a really good job of figuring out what our bread and butter stuff's going to be and making sure that we can run it good and efficiently versus any look, really, and to get to a point to where we're almost not unstoppable, but we can get to some stuff in our sleep. And I think the staff has done a good job and the players done a great job of just understanding what their techniques are, what their assignments are, so guys can just go out and cut it loose and the results kind of speak for themselves. I think we're definitely prepared, but obviously it's got to go to a different level now because we have a week 1 opponent in New England, and it's time to prepare for that game and that scheme. And all of this has been nice and great, but it's got to continue, and we just got to get better with our preparation, even though it's been good, but we can be even better.
Michael, when we see this offense, it seems like it gives offensive linemen an advantage at times with all the misdirection and everything that goes on in layman's terms, because obviously we're not as smart as you guys in figuring out all the offensive line play. Explain to us how this scheme is more beneficial to offensive linemen.
I think the easiest way to explain it is guys can just cut it loose. It's not as much thinking. It's not as much reacting. It's more, this is what you need to get done, and if you do, we will be successful, instead of you got to look out for this, you got to look out for that. If this happens, you got to do that. It's, we need you to do this, and if you do that, we'll be successful. And the rest of the guys will do their thing. That's just their one thing they need to do, and the offense will just, or defense will be successful. And I think for an O-lineman, it's huge to just be able to mentally have some calmness about what your job is, and knowing that the defense can give you some funky stuff, and your few rules take care of it all. You don't have a huge laundry list of rules that if you get that, you got to do this, and it can just cause for a lot of slow play, which you can't be thinking in the NFL when the ball is snapped. It's got to be confident and fast, and I think this game really gives us a chance to just cut it loose and play with confidence and speed.
I actually was talking about you the other day when I was watching you on the one-on-ones. It seems like you're a much more confident player right now in year 3. Talk a little bit about that.
Obviously, I think it might just come with reps, and over time you calm down. Obviously, rookie year I was playing with zero confidence, and it's gotten better and better. And obviously, it's never perfect, but it's definitely gotten better. And the more you get to see stuff, the more you get to just work your technique. The confidence comes, and it all kind of just slows down a little for you, but can still be a lot better.
Listen, I know you want to start like any other player out there, and you've been incredibly selfless, man. If I remember correctly, in the rookie year, didn't they stick you out at tackle one game and everything? Yeah, you had to fight out there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So you've been so selfless and so patient throughout this and trying to, fight for your time. Mm-hmm. How difficult has it been for you, because you've been a complete team player? You're not pointing fingers, you're not complaining, you're not doing any of that.
I think there's a little bit of frustration when you don't start, but you can still be a really good teammate. You can make sure, like Connor's first year playing center, but he's got all the ability in the world. I want him to be as good as possible. So if I'm playing good as a backup, he's got to play really good as a starter, and it just makes for really good depth and really good competition. And it's fun to, make that friendship with Connor and help him become the best center he could be, because then we all just benefit from it. But a little bit frustrating, but it's fun to see guys develop and play good around you and in front of you, and it doesn't matter, because in the NFL, you never know. You can end up kicking out to tackle one week, or you never know when your number might be called. So really just staying ready to go and making sure guys are playing to their best so we can win.
What keeps you level-headed through all of that? Because it's not easy, because you want to start, so it's not easy. What keeps you level-headed?
Just the understanding of, one, it's weird. I'm not that I'm happy with it, but I'm in an NFL room. It's such a sweet opportunity to be on an active roster. Obviously the goal is to start, but I can't shut down because then I'll for sure eliminate the chance of ever starting again, because I got mentally caught up in all the negative, when I can just get back to work and do my best to help the team. And, you never know when you might have to be back out there. You can't sulk or anything like that, because it's hard for a team to trust you. Once you show you're too worried about starting or anything like that, then you're not worried about winning football games. You're only worried about your status and stuff like that, which you got to have a little bit of that, but it can't be everything. So I think it's just been easy to just be calm about it and understand that you're always a snap away, really.
Michael Deiter with us. One more thing before I let you go. I see you. I look at you year 3 in. it looks like you're a more comfortable player. I look at Tua, and he looks like he's a much more comfortable player in this offense. Are you sensing the same thing?
No doubt. I mean, you can just see the speed with his reads. I mean, everything he's doing is faster, more demonstrative, way more confidence. I mean, it's fun to watch him go to work when he's got nothing but confidence. I mean, he's a special player, and it's fun to see him make that transition. And really, it's scheme, it's all that, but like you said, it's just more development, more time in the NFL, and things kind of just wash over you with some calmness, and you can just go be the baller that he is. And it's fun to see him go do that, and hopefully it just keeps getting better and better each week.
There you go. And if you missed that interview or whatever, you can go back here to our page. Sean's already got it posted there. I thought that was actually a really cool interview. Towards the end, you saw when he started talking about, I can't worry about sulking. And it's interesting how he mentioned that, if you start sulking, your teammates start seeing that, and your coaches start seeing that. It kind of, then that's what you're all about. And so you're not focused on winning games. And I thought it was incredibly mature to talk about the sulking, to talk about the effects it has, right? To talk about being a great teammate, to be the best center he can be so he can push Connor, because if he's playing well, he has to force Connor, to also play well. And I thought there was a lot of maturity, the attitude he talked about, having the right attitude, to be ready all the time. And that's one of the things that you come away from. If you watch Michael Deiter, he looks like a better player right now. He looks like a more comfortable player right now. And maybe it's time. And the other brutal honesty, if you listen to the interview. What did he say his first year? You come in with zero confidence. How many people tell you that? They don't really tell you that. They'll lie to you and they'll tell you, I'm confident, this, that, things didn't go my way, whatever. But he's telling you, because it's only normal for any of us to start at anything new and have little confidence starting this. That's just the way it is. It doesn't matter what you do in life. You're gonna lack a little confidence when you start, or a lot of confidence, or maybe you won't have any confidence because you might feel it's so new to you. You're so completely lost at this point in time. So you've got to adjust to all of it. And then eventually confidence is built with every little scrap of success. Right? So just I thought that was a really good interview overall. And then obviously talking a little bit about Tua, how he sees a different person also in Tua. I thought that was actually really cool also with Michael Deiter, man. So he was kind enough. Next time we'll get there a little earlier, and I'll walk out of there with 3 or 4 interviews, and we'll get you much more material to go over. But I thought that was good. And it's, he also talked about starting and not starting, and obviously being frustrated with it, but he can't allow it to take over him. Because it's something that I'm sure everybody wants to know. Like, wow, man, you want to be a starter and now you're not a starter. How you? That's why I asked him what keeps him, even keel, because we've watched how Preston Williams handled it, right? And Deiter has been around for a few years, just like Preston, but he's not complaining. He's not pointing fingers. He's not sulking. None of that. And if you watch Michael Deiter's play, he's actually played well. And last year, Hunt was the best lineman out of the 5. There's no doubt. But Michael Deiter was number 2. He wasn't terrible last year. Eichenberg was terrible. Austin Jackson was absolutely horrible. Jesse Davis was incomprehensible. Deiter wasn't like that. Deiter was all right. Wasn't great or anything, but he wasn't like this. He wasn't the liability that Austin Jackson was. And You gotta at least you gotta give him credit for that. There's a lot to like about this guy. There's a lot to root for this guy. He has been a good soldier. He is working as hard as he can to try to, get his job back if he can. He had to play left tackle as a rookie. You think about that? That's a pain in the ass. Like, yeah, kid, we're hurting so badly, we got to throw you out to rookie. I mean, to the tackle spot as a rookie. That's just crazy, man. Crazy. Let's see. Big O, it was always interesting his take on Tua, and he's not the only player seeing it. Of course, because environment is everything. Just watch the movie Trading Places. As much as it's funny and you laugh at Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd and the crap that they all go through and when they switch and then how they turn it on the Dukes, right? The Dukes. But it's environment, right? Murphy had a certain environment, and that's why he was what he was. But then if you switch the environment and make it like that, Aykroyd ends up in that environment, and then he ends up doing a lot of the things that anybody else would do that's stuck into that environment. See what I'm saying? And environment is everything. A pit bull. I know it has like a terrible reputation, right? Okay, not necessarily a favorite of mine when it comes to dogs. I would never own a pit bull, but I don't believe it's a bad breed. I believe it's the bad owners that have made it a bad breed. That's what it is. Because I know people that have pit bulls and they're fantastic. Why? Because the environment's fantastic. Because it's a loving environment. Now, it's an environment where you chain them up and you keep them hungry and you keep them by themselves and you try to make them mad and fight them and all. Well, then what the hell you think they're going to turn into? It's environment. Everything is environment. And the environment for Tua is what will turn the whole season around for the offense, period, for us as fans, for the team, but especially for Tua. Because that guy, the coach, has created a much better environment for everybody involved. So there you go. And let's see if there's anything new. Let's see. Trey Flowers, if he's been watching his former teammates on Hard Knocks, he says, I don't even have cable, man. No, less people have cable, Trey. You're supposed to say, I don't have cable, satellite, or I don't watch any platforms. Right? Because I can say the same, I don't have cable, man. Okay, but doesn't mean I didn't see it. Yes, great point by Deiter. Simplification. Yes, that's another good point, Karen. Deiter, when I asked him about the offense, why is it more advantageous that when he brought up the thinking, so if you're young, you're already coming in without confidence. Then you're getting beaten up, so you're losing more confidence. Then you've got bad coaching, which then adds to the lack of confidence. Because if you're getting the proper coaching, the proper technique, you should be getting better. And then you'll feel better and you'll have successes. But you're not going to have success because you lack experience. You're not going to have success because your coaches don't know how to put you in a position to be successful. So, yeah. And then if you're teaching something that might be a little bit more complicated, so then all of a sudden now you got to think a little bit more and you just can't react. Maybe that's what they're doing here in this system. Maybe everybody knows exactly what their job is. They don't have 3 options or 2 options. No, they got 1. Hit this guy, run this way, do that. That's all you got to do. And it's interesting because if you saw one of the touchdowns, it wasn't a touchdown. It was a Gaskins run. And it was a slight hesitation move by the line that made the linebacker just shift over a couple of feet. And by the time he shifted over, that's when Gaskin was able to make the cutback, and immediately that's when that lane was open. And by the time he got back to that hole, Gaskins was past it into the next level. And that's kind of what you're talking about with this offense. So if guys don't have to think and all they can do is just attack, it becomes obviously a major, major plus for them. I would be remiss if I did not mention that the Miami Dolphins are celebrating the life of Jason Jenkins. The VP who passed away a few days ago will be celebrated September 5th at Hard Rock Stadium at 4:00 on Monday, September 5th. So if you want to come on out there and join everybody in the celebration for Jason Jenkins, I don't know what I'm going to do if I go to that. I got to hide in a corner somewhere because I'm going to be bawling like an idiot. It's just I've already cried a couple times already. This Jason Jenkins thing, it's just just one of those things that doesn't make any sense, man. Just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And like a lot of things in life, they don't necessarily make sense. But somehow or another, it happens, right? Heat are bringing back some throwback jerseys. Did you guys see this? So apparently the Heat is now going to, and I asked the wife to go search for it for me because I have this jersey. I have 3 of them, but I have them in black, not white. I have a Billy Thompson, a Ronnie Cycli, and a Glenn Rice jersey. So the Heat are going to bring back the classic jerseys from the opening seasons, right? Because it was probably the first couple of seasons. So here's the promotion, and they will bring it back. Let me see. There we go. Take a little Lenny the Locksmith out. I got Lenny the Locksmith coming over to replace the locks on the side of our house, actually. So they're going to be wearing their throwback uniforms honoring the team's first season. How about that? The Miami Heat are bringing back some old threads as the franchise celebrates its 35th year in the NBA. The Heat announced Wednesday that the team would wear throwback uniforms from Miami's original look that debuted in 1988. The Heat wore the original jersey from the 88-89 season through the 98-99 season. They are white and red and white striped trim with red letters outlined in white and black and red numbers outlined in white, black, and red. Video message posted on the Heat social media pages with special announcements. Returning in 2023, our classic jersey is back for the 35th season. They will go on sale. And I love this jersey, actually. This for me, and I guess because it's the classic jersey. And it's funny, the woman I'm married to now, we were season ticket holders for the first 4 years of the Miami Heat. Because after that, I've kind of been in the business pretty much. Towards the end, I think I got in the business like the last year or 2 of me having the season tickets. And so I did not need them anymore. And I haven't bought season tickets ever since. That was the last time I owned season tickets. That's it. I was going to get season tickets for Inter, and then I got hired. And so, whatever. So I didn't buy them then. I didn't have them. Well, actually, you know what? I actually went in on it with a couple of friends on the season tickets, and I didn't even use them. So what are you gonna do? But it's pretty cool that the Heat are bringing back the old jerseys. I asked my wife if she can find me the jerseys because I don't know where the hell they're stashed. So I was going to actually show them off to you guys since tomorrow we're not in studio, although we are in studio on Friday. So that's actually good. We're not on the road on Friday. We're home on Friday. I like it. Let's see. Big O, it was interesting his take on Tua, and he's not the only one seeing it. Yep, that's right. And keep it simple. That's right, Karen. You are correct. Marcella says our team doesn't have to think, but other teams' defenses does. That's how you need to be. And think custom jerseys will be available. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. John Smith, your content is solid. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Try to build up this one too. So we are working on it, and thank you for getting us over 1,000 subscribers. Continue to subscribe. We are going to add more live programming here. The sports stuff will be mainly on the other one, but here we will do occasional things like this, and we're going to add crypto segments, and we're going to add music segments to this. Okay? I'm actually working on a crypto segment for this channel that I will probably drop in the next day or two. And I'm going to do it live. I'm not the record the podcast and then put it up later. No, we're going to go live. And so you never know. So hit the notification bell on this channel also, so you know when we go live on this one or when we go live on the mothership at Big O Radio Show. All right. That is all. We thank Sean Stanley, as always, mastering this program. Appreciate all of you for tuning in here in the afternoon. Yes, Sean, what are you going to say?
Gary Hadida was asking you something on the chat.
Oh, let me see. Where's Gary, you said? Gary. Where the hell is it? I don't see anything. I don't see a Gary. Is it on this? Oh, there it is. Big O, what's your Cash App? Oh, Cash Big O Show. No, yeah, Cash Big O Show. Yes, Cash Big O Show. That is our Cash App or Venmo. It's Cash Big O Show. Yes, sir.
Also, don't forget now we're on TikTok. Big O.
Oh, yes.
_O_radio.
There you go. Big _O_radio. We're also on TikTok. We're going to start adding content there to TikTok, little by little. But we appreciate all of you out there. All right. Anyway, Sean, let's wrap it up. Thank you, sir, for mastering this program. And the C-Man also. C-Man's helping us out on the social media side, too, to build that up. So we're going to have some fun with that. We will see you tomorrow, and we'll be at Hialeah Park live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Y'all be good out there. Be safe. Much love.